tell you there's no moment at this biennial that I've looked forward to more than this one, our opportunity to honor Nannie and Austin Beutel. As synagogue leaders, all of you know that the work of sustaining and growing the Jewish community is not one of passivity or inaction. It relies upon devoted and able leadership, guidance, and above all, service. Dedication of this sort strengthens the Jewish people. It is this commitment to the movement in Klal Yisrael which has cultivated and sustained Judaism throughout the ages. The ORJ's President Medal is awarded in recognition of truly extraordinary service to our movement. We recognize those among us who have made extraordinary gifts of their energy and resources, not only to local synagogues or federations, but beyond the limits of their homes, cities, and even their countries. This evening, I have the great privilege of presenting the President's Medal to Nannie and Austin Beutel. All of us in this room, those of us who are very much aware of it, and probably most who are, or many who are hearing their names for the first time, all of us have been touched by the Beutels. Austin is a paradigm of Jewish leadership, a past president of Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto, of the Canadian Council for Reform Judaism, and of the World Union for Progressive Judaism. To have Austin as your president is to have the best partner that one could ever have. Austin has been a committed member of the Union's North American Board of Trustees, serving on the Executive Committee as Vice Chair, served 5 years as co-chair of our Joint Commission on Outreach and Membership, and many other things too numerous to mention. Nannie has been independently involved in Jewish leadership. She served as the inaugural chair of the Temple Sinai Foundation. She's active with the Canadian Women's Foundation, one of the 10 largest women's foundations in the world, and Canada's only national public foundation dedicated to improving the lives of women and girls. Both do this with modesty and reserve. I'm told that when the Beutels made a remarkable contribution to Mavaseret Zion congregation in Israel, entitling them to name the sanctuary, they chose to name it not in their own honor, but in honor of Donald Day. The Beutels' philanthropy reaches far beyond the borders of Canada or even North America. Nannie worked indefatigably in the late 80s and 90s to secure freedom for Soviet Jews. And both Nannie and Austin have managed to balance support of Jews in the former Soviet Union with their commitment and support for the State of Israel. One example among many. The Beutel Seminar for Progressive Jewish Leadership, a program designed to cultivate future leaders for the World Union and its constituents, has become an overwhelming and perennial success. The program is a confluence of careful educational planning, intense hunger for Jewish learning and leadership skills on the part of the participants, and a measure of both skill and luck in terms of group dynamics. The participants, 16 in number, ranging in age from 22 to 61, all with proven leadership capabilities, came from, this year, Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Costa Rica, Germany, Hungary, Poland, Spain, Switzerland, and the UK. They returned to their homes with a deep connection to and appreciation for the World Union, the World Reform Movement, and a close network of Jewish leaders from progressive Jewish communities around the globe. We owe Austin and Nannie a great debt of gratitude for their vision, guidance, and commitment, which have helped to ensure the strength and vitality of our union in progressive congregations, leaders, and communities all over the world. As I said before, what's really extraordinary about them is their modesty and humility as they do this work. They do not search out the limelight. They give of their resources, but they're perfectly prepared to give of themselves, of their time, in all of the nitty-gritty tasks of advancing Reform synagogue life and Jewish life. They honor our movement every day, and I am so pleased to have the opportunity to honor them this evening, Austin and Nannie Beutel.
Side.
This is our certificate and the medal itself. I am not going to actually read it all to you, but I will ask Austin to respond, and he's suggested he'll do so on behalf both of himself and of Nanny.
Rabbi Yaffe, friends, Nanny and I are genuinely honored and humbled by this award. We feel privileged to have been recognized for what truly has been a labor of love. We are especially pleased that Nanny's mother, Millie Greenberg, our 3 sons, Robert, Eric, and David, our daughter-in-law, Deborah, and 3 grandchildren, Avery, Zachary, and Nathaniel, are here to celebrate with us. Rabbi Yaffe, last night in your opening remarks, you expressed some level of amazement at the attendance at these biennials, at the level of volunteer participation during these economic times. Of course, you then provided your own analysis of the phenomenon. Let me assure you, Rabbi, that for Nanny and me, our activities have been entirely selfish. We got a lot more out of them than we could ever have imagined. Enduring friendships worldwide, education and spirituality, and the wisdom of our heritage, and broadening travel experiences. Most importantly, we came to appreciate that those of us who have lived a major part of our adult lives in North America in the second half of the 20th century have been truly blessed. We regularly remind ourselves of the opportunities we have enjoyed to participate fully in Canadian business and society. We worship freely and we participate selectively in the attractive aspects of culture and education of our neighbor to the south, but only selectively. Nanny and I joined a Reformed congregation for the first time when we moved to Toronto in 1978. The following year was the biennial in Toronto, and Don Day was elected chairman. We wish Don and Edie were here tonight, because it was Don's demeanor, his wisdom, his articulate expression, his calm way of dealing with challenges that attracted us. Don and Edie were our ideal. Our fondest hope is that what we have done and the way we have done it will inspire others. For without fellowship, there is no leadership. Thank you very much.